Hello guys, this is Joshua92. I'm back with another video. This video is going to be basically me ranting about expensive players versus non-expensive players. So I don't know, let's say if you didn't see the team that I had before, I had kind of a mixed Serie A sort of slash hybrid sort of thing. Go and have a look if you didn't see it. Check it out. It's pretty good. But anyway, that team that I had, I had Ibra and Messi and let's start off with the 90 Ibra. 90 Ibra is good, but point I'm trying to make is 90 Ibra, 88 Ibra. There's not much difference stats wise. Stats on the card there's difference, but in game, 90 Ibra and the 88 Ibra. To me personally, I couldn't really find a difference. The 90 Ibra was just doing the same job as the 88, and if you think about the price, Ibra 88 Ibra's what 80k. 90 bro, you're looking at 900k plus. So there's a big difference between the expensive and non-expensive. And that Serie A team, I was looking at it and I was winning games, I was losing games, but I was losing, silly games against silly teams. And I was looking at it thinking, then I've got Chiellini, and I'm paying 700k for a centre back, and 700k for a centre back that doesn't really do much more than the non-inform, which is 70k. It's not good, and I was sitting there thinking, why am I paying all this money for I'm paying near on 2.5 mil for a team that I could make non-inform for less than that, and you'd be just as good. Like, it's not just Serie A that you can do Prem. If you look at Prem, I made a Prem squad. I sold all those, and I was like, I'm going to make a Prem squad. I'm going to make it just an average one, with maybe an upgraded Aguero, and an upgraded David Silva, and then a normal Modric, and what have you. And Gerrard came out, and that fucked me up. Because I always said, if Gerrard comes out, I'm going to have to buy him. You have to buy him. And I bought him. And I put him into this team. And put Gerrard in, and I thought I can't have a team with Gerrard and then just have like a shit team around him. So I got a few, and I got the informs that I think are worth it. Now Tim Howard is what 20k, amazing goalkeeper. I think he's probably one of the best I've used, and he's really good. And then obviously back four's cheap of Jose, Enrique, David Luiz, company, Richards. I could get the inform Richards, but like I said, I'm only going to get the informs that I think are different, and I can't really tell that much difference to the non-informed Richards and the informed Richards. And then I just got non-informed Modric, and then Charlie had him because I like his passing and his dribbling. It's good shot as well. And then David Silva upgraded because he's quite cheap. And then obviously I put Stevie up top, and you all may be thinking, what are you doing putting Stevie up top? You're a Mongol. I'm not a Mongol. He's a beast up front. He's an absolute tank. I think he's amazing. He scores almost every game for me. And then Hatem Ben Arfa is probably one of the other informs that I think is worth it. And then left wing, I had Ashley Young. Excuse me. I had Ashley Young. Waste of money, waste of time, waste of effort. Useless. Matty Everington, 26k, absolute tank, left foot, bang it into the left corner, cross it in, do whatever you want. He's amazing. He's 25k, and he's one of the informs that I think's worth it. And then obviously on the bench, I've just got like some of the players that I've already had or just bought, tried them out. Just good impact players. But what I'm gonna do now is, this team's probably what. I don't know, with Gerrard, it's probably not too much, probably 900k if that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sub in some players that are cheap. So I don't know, let's find a couple of 1k, 2k players from the Prem. So let's go Prem. I don't know, we'll have Brad Friedel. He's like a grand. And then obviously you can keep the back four, maybe whack in Walker. And then centre mid, you could whack in, I don't know, Scotty Parker. He's like a couple of K. James Milner's a couple of K. And I don't know, Darren Fletcher, he's good, you know. And then right wing, you could whack in Zogbia's got 90 pace, 84 dribble, 4-star skill. And then obviously you could have Gabby. Can't beat a bit of Gabby. And then left wing, I don't know, Adam Johnson. He's good and he's at a few K. Point I'm trying to make is the team that I had and the team that's on your screen now. I personally, if I played them with them both, I think I'd win more with this one, just because of the fact that I don't know. It's weird. EA seem to have messed it up. You know, if you've got Team of the Year, you're coming up against something like this. There's only one winner, and it's this. Because I don't know. It's handicap basically. You all might say, "Oh, well, there's no such thing as handicap." There is. If I use a cheap team against like a 2.5 mil team, and then I use a 40k team, I think I'll probably enjoy playing with the 40k team, because when you've got a team that's worth 2.5 mil, you expect to win every game. You know, you've got Knight Ibra, expect him to finish everything, and when he misses it, you think he's shit and all this, and it's really stupid. So personally, I think cheap teams are better than inform, like all inform expensive teams. But yeah, I might as well go to Serie A. If you go Serie A, if you had this team all in form, you know, second in form, Silva, Chiellini, you know, I don't know, you can have in form Michele, 90 Ibra, Robin. Point I'm trying to make is that team would cost you a fucking shitload, but this team would still probably better, because the 88 Ibra is just as good as the 90 Ibra in my opinion. And like 8016 Natale and all that, they're not. It's not an expensive, right? It's budgetable, you know. But might as well make it a teams update now. That's just my rant on why I think cheap teams play better and more enjoyable than expensive teams. If you've got any, you know, if you don't agree, drop a little comment and I'll reply and, you know, give you my 2 cents. But yeah, we might as well make it a teams update now. The only probably update that I've done is got my Prem Silvers back, because I love them, you know. Same with this team. The only inform I could get, you know, inform Mignolet, inform Hanley, inform Dyer, inform Oxlade-Chamberlain, you know. But in my opinion, I don't think they're good. You know, normal Mignolet's a beast anyway. And Eagles is twice the player Dyer is. You know, you could get Dyer and make him look good. You know, say, oh, I've got a 74 inform from England, but he'll look good, but will he play better? I don't think he'll play better than Chrissy Eagles or even Victor Moses, to be honest. I just don't think it's worth it. You know, Dyer's got shocking in-game, but on his card stats are amazing, but in-game he's awful. But yeah, this is probably the only player that I would justify spending a lot on is Scotty Sinclair. And you know, he's probably in my top 3 silvers of you know, with Husserklep and Elyounoussi, they're cheap players, but you know, Scotty Sinclair is probably the only silver that I would justify spending that much on. Like with Danilino, I had him for like, I don't know, a week, and he was just poor. You know, 700k on a silver. I don't get the concept. I just sat there and thought, why am I spending all this money? So I'm only going to deal with low informs, cheap players, or players that I actually enjoy using. So yeah, that's probably the only update that I've done recently. I don't think there's anything else that's been made recently, apart from that county team that's not been finished yet. No, that's about it. But anyway, yeah, that's basically the main point, was to rant about it, about expensive and cheap. If you agree with me, you know, agree with me. If you don't, drop a comment with your reactions. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys.